and in this time I'm going to drink an alcoholic drink. So I mean, so that alcoholic drink is a highball. So in the last episode, so I drank a can of highball. A can of highball is the alcoholic drink I drank in the last episode of my podcast. And this time is also this time is also highball, which is what I'm going to drink. And so I'm going to drink a can of highball. And this time, the taste of this highball is citrus or citrus. Roughly saying citrus. Anyway, which is a taste of this alcoholic drink. I'm going to take or I'm going to drink. And so in this so so at this moment it has passed midnight. So this recording is the time of this recording is 001 or 0 o'clock or 24 o'clock or 24 o'clock or 0 o'clock or 0 o'clock. So I'm sorry. So I'm bad at distinguishing L and R when pronouncing them. And so this recording time is 0 o'clock or 24 o'clock and 24 o'clock and it's 24 and 24 and 2 or 24 o'clock and 2 or 2 minutes. So 2 minutes have passed since the beginning of the next day or since the beginning of today. Yes, which is the time of this recording, and I have a work to do today. So I was not hours after. So anyway, so 7 hours or 8 hours or 9 hours or 10 hours after. So what 7 hours later or 8 hours later or 9 hours later. So I have to be in my workplace. So which is why so I'm going to finish this episode as not as soon as possible because I have already digressed in this episode and this time. So let me tell you the title and the conclusion of this episode. And wait a moment, please. Yes, this application is still working. So there are some so abrupt cessations of recordings in this application, which is why so recently I have checked, I have continuously checked whether this application named Anchor is working decently or working well or not. Anyway, so the title of this episode is State of Britain, and the conclusion is, in case it is fine that the United Kingdom becomes a state of United States. Well, I'm sorry for my I'm sorry for my staggeringly saying the conclusion. Or I have spoken English clumsily, or I have stuttered when telling you the conclusion of this episode. So I have ended my own work today, and I have work to do tomorrow, and this time is State of Britain, State of Britain, which is the title of this episode, and the conclusion is, in case it's fine that the United Kingdom becomes a state of the United States, and after Brexit, some people or many people say that the economic performance lags behind other developed European countries, and which is a problem, and so British people or Britons or Brits have begun to regret their own decisions. Maybe it was for not 4 years, so maybe around 6 or 7 years before, or around 6 or 7 years, 6 or 7 years ago, there was a was there a referendum? Well, anyway, that is a form of that is a form of, or that is a type of national vote by which Brexit was decided by the incumbent citizens of Great Britain, and after which so and anyway, so after which Great Britain or United Kingdom began to head for leaving away from European Union. And this time, so Brexit has been completed anyway. So I'm really I don't know the concrete processes necessary for completing Brexit, or completing United Kingdom leaving European Union. Anyway, so I'm creating this episode in February in 2023. And anyway, so it's a time of the Russo-Ukrainian War. Anyway, the Russo-Ukrainian War has been prolonged even in this present time. So, and many European countries and the United States decided to donate their own tanks for Ukraine anyway. And so I'd like to drink this alcoholic drink. So which is why I'm going to open this can. So cheers. Anyway, so of course, so it's really weird for me that British people didn't did not expect this 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 not slower performance or underperformance or underperforming. This is in this situation. So according to many people around Britain, or according to many people inside and outside Great Britain, so many people have said that so Great Britain or United Kingdom underperforms other developed European countries. And of course, there are global crisis, which means so there are many there has been many problems. And for example, the pandemic of coronavirus had happened. And coronavirus, or the pandemic of coronavirus, it's still ongoing actually. But actually, it has almost ended among many people. And in the case of my country, so I think the pandemic is going to end in the next fiscal year, or in the next academic year. So in the case of this country, was in this country, the academic year, or the fiscal year starts from April, or the beginning of fiscal year is April, and the end of the fiscal year is March. In the case of this country. And by the way, so I live in Japan. And anyway, so there is going to be a change of classification of not the Great Britain, but coronavirus. And coronavirus is going to be low. Anyway, the coronavirus is going to be categorized into a lower rank, in which so the severity or the intensity of danger coronavirus has it's going to be lower, which means so people. So I don't know what is going to occur, but actually, so I hope that the local people in this country are going to stop wearing surgical masks, or facial masks. Anyway, so which is what I hope. And by the way, so the not lack performance, or the underperformance, was lagging performance of Great Britain. So many people have said United Kingdom underperforms other countries, but actually so to start with, so there is the largest country named United States of America, and it's fine that Great Britain becomes a state of the United States of America, just like this country, just like this country is. Anyway, this country has been called a state of the United States of America. Anyway, but actually, I think South Korea deserves to be called in that manner. Deserves to be called in that manner. What South Korea was being called as as a as a state of the United States of America, because Korean people are better at, or Korean people outperform Japanese people in terms of speaking English language, or using English language. So which is why Korean people are suitable for American citizens anyway. But actually, anyway, roughly thing and just and not here the thing. So there had to be a thing like, the language used in Great Britain, the language used in Great Britain, while the United Kingdom is English, and which is and the same language is used in the United States of America. So which is why it's fine to get united. It's fine that those two countries get united. It is my opinion. So that running for example, one of the future, or one of the benefits is that a running cost, or the cost necessary for managing those two countries is going to be, or are going to be reduced, or lowered, which I think is cost down, or cutting, or lowering the costs for used for, or necessary for running those two countries, and such a cost or such a cost may be decreased or lowered, which is one of the benefits. Anyway, benefits of United Kingdom becoming a state of the United States of America, and which is how the local people in Great Britain do not have to be worried about their lagging performance, or their underperforming other countries, or those in continental European countries, which is my opinion, which is what I'd like you to know this time. So I'm going to end this recording of this recording anyway. Wait a moment, please. So the title is State of Britain, and the conclusion is, in case it's fine that the United Kingdom becomes a state of the United States, and I'm going to write a link related to this topic. And anyway, that article is written about the lagging performance, was Great Britain's underperforming as a continental European countries anyways. But actually, I don't think if you are British people, I don't think you need to be worried about that. Worried about, the underperformance, because it's fine that Great Britain becomes one of the states of the United States of America, and which is what I'd like you to know this time. And I'd like to enjoy porn videos, so which is why I'm going to end this episode, and to start with I have to fall asleep as soon as possible. But actually I'd like to enjoy porn videos, and so that's it. Thank you very much for listening. See you.